Kyle Hamilton, Ravens safety, putting together a fantastic year in his second season. And his crew have to go to Pittsburgh to beat the Steelers at 1 o'clock Eastern on CBS. And he joins us on the phone now from Owings Mills, from the Castle. Kyle Hamilton, how the heck are you?
I'm well, Andrew. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for doing this, man. I know Thursdays you guys got work to do, but you guys got work to do getting ready for the Steelers. I just read that schedule. I don't know if the average fan knows it. This is your third AFC North road game already. Kyle, it is week 5. I mean, that's absurd.
Yeah, I mean, talk about starting fast. We're definitely getting a head start to the season in these first few weeks, but I mean, that's what camp's for. We prepared for it all year, and we've done a good job so far. We are 2-0 right now in the division, looking to make it 3-0 on the road.
What does it do to your locker room? What does it say to everybody, to the league, if you can go 3-0 in the division on the road here before we even get to Halloween?
Yeah, I think it obviously puts us in a really good position going into the playoffs and later in the year, but it's tough to look at that far ahead right now. We're just worried about this week, worried about Pittsburgh, and going up there, having a good game plan, executing it, and getting a win. Is
this now the best rivalry? I think it has been for a while, but if you look at Bears and Packers, that's not the same. It's one-sided. The Packers own the Bears. I mean, that's the oldest rivalry in the NFL. Is this, simply put, the best and most physical rivalry we have?
I'm probably biased, but I would say yes.
Of course you're biased. That's why I asked. That's good.
Yeah, it's something I've grown up watching. Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Joe Flacco, people like that. And on the Pittsburgh side, they had greats too: Troy Polamalu, Ryan Clark, Big Ben. So there's some historic names, historic games between us, and just trying to etch my place and the team etch our place in that history this week.
Talking to Kyle Hamilton, Ravens safety. They're going to Pittsburgh. How is this game different? Like, describe it, Kyle. I mean, we know it's a physical game, and I always tell fans who have never stood on the sideline, like, you can't understand how physical your average NFL run play is. Like, let's say somebody runs for 5 yards, you come up in the hole and make the tackle, and your average fan sitting on his couch doesn't even look up from his phone. He's looking at Twitter, right? And they can't understand how that feels like a car crash. But yet Steelers games feel different. How much different do they feel?
Yeah, to that point, I always joke with my girlfriend about how I don't know if she would survive a Ravens-Steelers game getting 25 carries. But no, the physicality is definitely real. It's you can feel it in practice. We preach and we pride ourselves on treating every team the same way, nameless, faceless opponents. But everybody knows when it's Pittsburgh week and things just ramp up a little bit around the building. There's a focused energy that everybody can feel, and it's a good thing. I think we all are locked in this week and excited to go out there on Sunday.
Has Roquan Smith said this week that he wants to, quote, I want to get this right, beat their tail in front of his wife and kids like he did last week?
I actually did not know that quote existed, but kind of funny. But yeah,
wait, hold on, back up, Kyle. You did not hear last week what Roquan said after he said it? Come on.
I did not, honestly.
Okay, so
he said what again?
So this was a big deal in Cleveland. Clearly, you went into Cleveland and beat their tails. But Roquan was on the podium last week, right outside there, as you guys always do, the podium for the local media. And he said, we're going to go into the dog pound. I guess they call it the dog pound. He had a smile on his face. He said, like, I consider myself a dog. I think we're all dogs here on this defense. You're going into another man's house. And, when you go into another man's house, another man's stadium, and here's the quote. He said, you want to beat their tail in front of his wife and kids. And that became like a bulletin board thing in Cleveland. But clearly it did not matter because you went in there and did exactly what he described.
Yeah, that sounds about right for Roquan. But now I'm hearing that, yeah, I mean, it gives ourselves motivation when we hear stuff like that. And like you said, at the same time, gives the other team motivation. But at the end of the day, it's about who comes out on Sunday and plays the best, executes the best, and most physical. So,
two more things. Go ahead, I cut you off.
I was saying just last week we went out and we proved that, and we got to do the same thing this week.
So 2 weeks ago, you had 3 sacks in a game, which is pretty amazing here for anyone, especially for a safety as well. You have yet to have a pick six in the NFL. You had one at Notre Dame, I think against New Mexico, if I could read the stat sheet right. Which would feel better, Kyle, here in the NFL? 3 sacks in a game or a pick six?
Pick six, for sure. Pick six. I think I did have one in college. That was actually my first play at Notre Dame. And I haven't felt that feeling since, and definitely want to get in that end zone one more time. You know, I've always said that I wanted to play a little receiver, emergency wide receiver, if they ever needed me. But that opportunity doesn't look like it's going to happen, so I'll just have to get in the end zone.
Wait.
But definitely.
Kyle, hold on. Last week was the week it could have happened. I mean, no Bateman, no Odell. They had to bring guys up from the practice squad. They signed Laquan Treadwell off his couch. Did you push to do it last week?
No, my plate's already pretty full on the defensive side.
Okay.
So I don't know. Mentally, if they told me to go out there and run a fade, then yeah, I could do that. But I don't know about all the other stuff.
End zone fade, man. I mean, you got the size. Most inefficient play in football, according to the analytics geeks. Go push Todd Monken. You want to be that fade guy for the corner, not Mark Andrews, triple covered in the end zone for Lamar's greatest pass of the season. You want it to be you. Finally, you mentioned Notre Dame, Kyle. I was doing my research last night, and obviously the Sam Hartman looks old jokes are endless. But as we put Sam Hartman on the screen here with his luxurious beard looking like a Just for Men ad right here, do you realize that the Notre Dame quarterback is 2 years older than you, and you are in your second NFL season?
Yeah, so I actually got the opportunity to meet and hang out with Sam this spring because I was back at school finishing up my degree. So we got somewhat close during that time, and he always jokes about how if he gets drafted to the Ravens or something like that, he's going to be my rookie, quote unquote, and he's going to be like 2 years older than me. It's going to be a little weird, but no, he's been doing a great job of leading them, and I think all around he's done a great job coming in, assimilating within the team. Everybody loves him from what I've heard and what I've seen, and he's done a great job. He's put himself in a good position going into the draft and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, he's made Notre Dame better since he's gotten there, so we're definitely grateful for him.
I love how he's leaning into it, too. If he wanted to look younger, he'd get rid of the beard and cut his hair, but he doesn't care, evidently.
I think it's kind of a branded Sam Hartman kind of thing now, the beard and the hair.
Yeah, man, it's working, and that drive last week to beat Duke at the end was pretty fantastic. And if you haven't seen it yet, check out Notre Dame Twitter because they put together like a 5-minute clip. You got helmet communication, you got the play-by-play calls. It's awesome stuff, and they get Louisville this week in a pretty big game, as well as you guys get the Steelers this week in a huge game here as well. Kyle Hamilton, we always appreciate your time, man. Good luck this week.
Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it.
You got it. Kyle Hamilton, safety, and a damn good one there of your Baltimore Ravens.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.